Tera makes the free-to-play switch, Dirty Bomb announces pricey Founders Packs, and more on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. Perfect World Entertainment finally decided it was time to break the silence and announce the first 3 beta weekends for their highly anticipated MMORPG Neverwinter. Unfortunately, this is where the news takes a good news, bad news turn. The good news is the first beta weekend is this week on February 8th through the 10th. The bad news is only certain pre-order packs will be granted immediate access with no official details on when normal beta applicants will be admitted. The beta packs do not come cheap, with the first tier to include beta access coming in at close to $60. Those who purchased a Raiderz Elite pack will have to wait for the second and third beta weekends, which are set for March. If you happen to be lucky enough to snag a beta key from somewhere, you will be sad to know that Perfect World unfortunately has not revealed when those beta keys will become active. Whether that's during these upcoming beta weekends or not remains to be seen. My question to you is, have you ever paid for beta access? Tera has gone free to play this week. While we did know the free targeting MMORPG was scheduled to make the free-to-play switch in February, I don't think any of us expected it to happen this early in the month. Both the US and European versions of the game have now ditched the purchase and pay requirements, allowing new users to hop in free of content restrictions and ready to tackle Tera's BAMs and bosses. Tera will also be simultaneously launching a brand new multi-level dungeon called the Crucible of Flame, and add in a new 3v3 PvP arena for good measure as well. Item shop details have also emerged, with players being able to purchase typical boost items, potions, as well as name and appearance changes. In the future, the shop will also include exclusive mounts, weapon skins, and clothing. Do you think Tera is worth the time? Splash Damage has created a new level of early testing for their upcoming FPS Dirty Bomb, with the announcement of the game's transition to a closed alpha phase. Of course, as early access trends have lately been showing, the earlier you let people in, the more you apparently have to charge them. In Dirty Bomb's case, the price point starts at $120 for immediate access. At that price point, I better be able to use this as QA experience on my resume. Mind you, that's the lowest tier that offers immediate access. Yes, there are even higher tiers with even more extravagant prices. The start of testing usually also means a new trailer, and Dirty Bomb is not one to break tradition. The trailer highlights a new map tuning utility the team uses called Echo, which allows them to monitor where the action happens and tweak level design based on the feedback. While cool to watch, I'm fairly certain the tech behind this utility is something most serious FPS developers already have. You can see the full breakdown of pre-order packs and their subsequent perks by heading over to Dirty Bomb's official site. After missing its original launch date by 2 whole weeks, Wizardy Online has finally launched. The permadeath-filled Japanese fantasy MMO is now available in both North American and European regions and comes complete with 99 levels of hardcore heroism to progress through. Just make sure you don't die. Ever. Easier said than done, since practically everything and everyone wants to kill you in Wizardy Online. From the trap-filled maze-like dungeons to the tough-as-nails boss encounters, which will punish you for even the slightest mistakes. Oh, and don't forget the fact that the dungeons are open world, meaning other players can zone into your party's area and attempt to PK you in order to steal all your loot. Dark Souls with open PvP. I can see the smashed keyboards now. In some fairly unsurprising news, SOE has decided to close down their free-to-play FPS Bullet Run in the near future. The game is set to close down the official servers on March 8th and has already ended all cash shop operations. Bullet Run's history has been nothing short of a troubled mess from the start, with multiple delays and name changes before it finally made its way to SOE. More than likely, the decision to shut down the game was a combination of the game's poor reception and the fact that SOE's other FPS just so happens to be the award-winning MMO FPS PlanetSide 2. Where do you guys see the FPS genre heading next? War Thunder celebrated the liftoff of its open beta recently. The World War II combat MMO saw over 600,000 players participating in over 60 million matches during the game's closed beta, and enjoyed over 1,000 updates during that time, with no signs of slowing down after its official release. With the launch comes the game's latest major update, which includes an updated interface, new communication functions, complete reworks of hundreds of flight models, and a brand new realistic battle mode where players are able to take their piloting skills to the next level in simulated real-world historical battles. Gaijin Entertainment, the developers behind War Thunder, have stated that the open beta launch is just beginning and have announced grand plans for War Thunder's future, including player-controlled anti-air installations and naval combat. And the game of the week, raise your hand if you saw this one coming, is Path of Exile. Path of Exile is an incredibly customizable multiplayer action RPG where players explore detailed landscapes and intricate dungeons in the forms of story acts. Players familiar with games such as Diablo and Torchlight will find many similarities with Path of Exile. The game allows players to choose from several classes which only serve as the initial starting point for the player's character progression. Players are treated to an absolute massive amount of skill gems and passive skill tree options. Skill gems can be socketed into equipment and grant a wide range of abilities depending on gem type and color. Gems can even level up to provide a stronger version of the skill. The passive skill tree is a vast and complex set of passive skill combinations, allowing a player to truly feel completely in control of their character's progression path. Path of Exile features both PvE and PvP, with events such as leveling races taking place on fresh servers. Other variations include a cutthroat mode, where players can invade other players' instances and kill them to take their items. Each event can last from only an hour to several months, and award valuable prizes to the victors. Fans of more traditional dungeon crawling mechanics found in Diablo 2 should definitely give Path of Exile a try. And that's all for this week, but as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us a comment below. And until next week, you can check out MMOBomb.com for more free-to-play action.